Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Happy Monday. This is Miss Rachel with the Leo and Leo at Home, and I am here today, sponsored by Williams International. Thank you, Williams. We appreciate you. And today we are doing an introduction to our new week, and our week is all about sound. And we are going to talk about the science behind sound. But I really wanted to get this week started with a very cool book called Before John Was a Jazz Giant, and it is all about John Coltrane, born in 1926 in North Carolina. He is a jazz legend, and he played the saxophone. And this story is all about him as a little boy, and you can see he has his imaginary saxophone here. It's about all of the sounds he heard around him. And so, to get our week started, we are going to read this beautiful and amazing book called John Was a Jazz Giant, Before John Was a Jazz Giant, by Carol Boston Weatherford. All right. Before John was a jazz giant, he heard ham bones knocking in Grandma's pots, Daddy strumming the ukulele, and Mama cranking the phonograph. Before John was a jazz giant, he heard steam engines whistling past, Cousin Mary giggling at jitterbuggers, and Bojangles tap dancing in the picture show. Before John was a jazz giant, he heard Grandpa's Sunday sermons, Mama playing hymns for the senior choir, and the Scoutmaster's call to join a band. Before John was a jazz giant, he heard birds warbling at sunrise, the sobs of kinfolk at family funerals, and cheers as he marched in parades. Before John was a jazz giant, he heard big bands on the radio, and saxophone's soulful solo, blue notes, crowning his name. Before John was a jazz giant, he picked up that horn, blew into the mouthpiece, pressed his fingers on the keys, and breathed every sound he had ever known into a bold new song. Before John was a jazz giant, he was all ears. And that is our wonderful story about John Coltrane, who is a magical master of the saxophone. And if you get the chance, take a second to listen to some of his music. He was born in the 1926, and he lived for about 40 years, and he has a lot of different pieces, including some of my favorite songs, including My Favorite Things, that he played on the saxophone, and he has amazing style. It's very unique and very special. So if you get a chance, go ahead and take a listen to all of the sounds around you today, but specifically, give a shout out to John Coltrane. Take a little bit of a dive into some jazz music. Try something new. Have a great rest of your Monday.